You're watching TelecomTV from 5G World in London. And I'm joined now by Nurit Sprecher, who's the outgoing chair of the ETSI MEC ISG. Nurit, thanks for joining us again on TelecomTV. What has the MEC group achieved as part of its phase one work regards application enablement and APIs?
Yeah, absolutely. So the ISG has developed requirements based on use cases and the framework, and this was published early 2016. And now most of the API work is done and ready for publication.
So the MEC's application enablement is a generic framework.
The MEC work can be described according to 4 components. So the first component that we specified is application enablement, which is a generic framework for the delivery of services which can be consumed or offered by either locally hosted or remote external applications, of course, which are authorized to consume or offer that. And this is a generic framework that can be used all over the industry. It enables service discovery, service registry. It enables authentication, authorization of the applications which provide and offer the services, and communication support for query and response, and as well as notification. Utilizing a common framework across the industry ensure common practices for the developers when they interface their applications with the network, and allow also operators to monetize their network in a consistent way.
So can you give me some examples of application enablement and how it could be used?
Yeah, exactly. So for example, 3GPP is working in SA6 now to study a common API framework that they can be used for northbound APIs. So in a way they can utilize the application enablement which is defined in MEC 011, and this will ensure that whenever a service is provided to external application, either if it's in the edge, locally hosted at the edge, or exposed to external application via the core, it uses the common practices across the industry.
You mentioned there were 4 components. What are the other 2?
So the first component is the specific service-related APIs, which are used to expose network information and context to the applications. And the fourth one is the management and orchestration APIs, which are facilitating the running of applications at the correct location at the right place. So it means that you select the optimum place to host the application based on parameters like required latency, required resources, required services, etc. But since the conditions can change, for example, when there is a handover, so you can relocate the application if needed.
Nurit, thank you very much indeed.